welcome back, beautiful souls, to another episode of Channel Your Light, Own Your Intuitive. If you are new here, my name is Erin Chandler. I'm an intuitive guide, healer, psychic, medium. So I am continuing to roll with spirit and the information that I am being asked to share. So when we go through an awakening, essentially what's happening is different areas of our brain begin to fire that we did not use before or were not aware of before. In addition, this is also because the subconscious, the deep, dark depths of what is hidden from us, or the patterning that we don't necessarily see, begins to be seen coming up into the mind's eye. We begin to become aware of the cycles and patterns that we have been in. So karma is really coming in relation to this as a way of describing it or explaining it for certain subsets of souls. When we look at the subconscious conditioning and patterning that we do unknowingly, unwittingly, or without even thinking about it, it's subconscious programming. When we get to that awakening, we start to become aware of all of the things that we weren't necessarily aware of before. This is also why the cycles of karma, I'm seeing the wheel of karma, but I'm also seeing this as the wheel of fortune. In a previous channel, I described that karma was man's limitations and cycles and that it would be changing. Further, after that, I also channeled in for that heaven-sent divine masculine, that he was walking karma. And there are many of you on this earth plane who your frequency is walking karma. So what that means is not that you're delivering karma to people, but your frequency realigns anything that's out of balance. The purpose of this is to unleash the dharma of the collective consciousness to help others get into where we are creating uninhibited, balanced, and consciously. So this means that karma, the cycle of karma, is man's limitation. It is an integral part of evolving on the earth plane and the soul's evolution. What is also true is that those of you who have been walking around and looking at the chaos that's happening on the earth plane and discovering truths and understanding and having epiphanies that you did not see before, it's literally like your frequencies are touching people who unleash karma. It's cause and effect. It's not about punishment. It's not about, I hope that person gets their karma. Unleashing karma, and we're going through, I'm going to tell you right now, right up until 2024, there is a massive karmic wheel spinning and spinning and spinning right now, which means some people will have immediate karma. Whether it's good or it's bad. Sometimes it is delayed. Sometimes it's in another life. Sometimes they receive it in another life. But it's important for all of us to understand the moment that all of these karmic events and people receive the effects of their causes, the way they are intended to, according to natural law, karma quickens. We're in a rapid expansion, which means rapid karma is happening. And when you take back your power and you no longer clean up the messes of others, this is also why the cycles of karma has been delayed, because many of you love lights have been cleaning up the frequency or the effects of other people's causes. But that does not serve the cycle of karma that was conditioned into you, which has delayed the evolution of a lot of souls conscious stepping into their dharma, because they never get the lessons of understanding the effects of their causes. This has been rampant on the earth plane. This is what my mom sees in the collective consciousness. And when she meets with souls, you do not just get the delivered information for the person in front of you. She also receives the information for all the people connected to them, where there is an energetic dynamic or disempowering or codependency dynamic that disables the ability to learn from karma, because that cause and effect is never experienced in the way it is originally intended to. Love light, I am being told to explain to you the rapid karma that you are witnessing or are finding around you is actually to unleash dharma. The more of us in the collective consciousness that face this with compassion for all beings of all sentient nature, I'm hearing sentient beings, sacred reverence for all things, you will be asked to shine love and compassion in places that some people will not be able to understand. It is important important that you follow that soul knowing and release any outcomes because of the amount of karma that is going to be on the mass. I'm hearing mass consciousness. It's like opening the playing field is what I'm hearing. It's going to look like a playing field, but really what's happening, it's literally the rapid unfoldment of karma that has been set in our ancestral patterning for a long time. Remember that 70% that's going down to 50% from a previous channel. If we're opening up 20% of the consciousness, this means karma is happening. Some of you, I'm being repeated again, love light, love light. Some of you came here to actually take on the karma of your ancestors because you are so powerful that you know that you could evolve it, overcome it, transcend it, and transmute it in this lifetime alone. It's really important that we get this under our belts, is what Ava is saying, to understand that capacity. Take that in as divine truth. My experience has been to transcend it. That means you are doing it. It is already done. You are simply moving through the motions consciously and taking steps and actions to align with the thing that's already done. And you may view that as future-based, it's already done, but I'm seeing it already done now. So it's almost like your mind is just going to logically catch up with this. Is what I'm hearing. It's already done. To approach it from that also puts you in the mode of receptivity. And I'm being told, call in divine power to support you, to unleash your Dharma. Because when you step into your Dharma, you must be conscious as you create. Because in Dharma, you understand that your soul, part of your soul's purpose is to have integrity of the self. You are unable to have integrity with yourself if you are giving your power away, if you are in codependency relationships, if you have a lot of self-sacrifice, self-sabotage. And I can speak from experience because I have done all of those things through my journey. In order to be in integrity with ourselves, we have to be able to walk in a stance. How do I explain that, Ava? She says, Ava says, embody me, Mom. To be able to be in Dharma, to be explained, whether, she says, there are a lot of ways to explain this, and many different cultures have explained this with slightly different nuances. Not one of them is incorrect. They are just viewed from different facets and perspectives, just as the 12 houses each hold different sacred wisdoms for the collective consciousness to be, I'm hearing, unfurled for the collective consciousness to evolve at this time. To view Dharma is simply to understand that everything is one, and that as long as you are in complete honesty and integrity with yourself, cleared of all others, every action that you take, every thought that you have, if you are in integrity with yourself and the one infinite creator, you are automatically in integrity with the entire universe and all beings in the collective consciousness, regardless of how they show up, regardless of whether or not they react to you or don't react. It is irrelevant. This actually causes all the souls around you and energetic fields that you touch to then suddenly have the opportunity to choose to be in integrity with themselves, to heal different pieces and parts of them, to step into integrity with themselves. Oftentimes, we have experiences that create quantum entanglement on the earth plane through trauma, through abuse, through codependency, through sexual energy. There are many different facets of this that create quantum entanglement. Not only this, you can have quantum entanglement just by it's all based in the quantum field. So this is the energy, the waveforms. When we have an experience, it actually creates kind of like a quantum entanglement ripple effect immediately. Ava says, think about when I died, Mom. It was an immediate quantum entanglement of trauma, of grief, of sadness, of loss. However, that quantum entanglement that permeated so many years of your experience was actually intended to create an unfoldment, calling in other people, other dimensions in other realms, and these experiences at this time. When we have a negative experience, it creates a kind of quantum entanglement. It changes the waveforms. It creates a spontaneous new perspective or new paradigm. This is true of negative experiences and positive experiences. For many on the earth plane, there have been such a momentum of negative experiences creating that quantum entanglement. She's saying it's also related to ACA cords. Those of you who clear ACA cords, this in essence is a form of quantum entanglement. Let me tell you, my guide Ellen is saying as well. These are big concepts, and yet they are very simple. It's so interesting to bring that information through. And the reason why I ask my daughter is those are not necessarily concepts that I have researched or looked up or thought about. This is simply the information that is coming through. I love when different information comes through that I have never considered or never thought about, or I'm asking because I am unsure based on my own personal experience. Because when we ask Spirit for answers like that, we are often getting information that opens us up to a new epiphany. And I love hearing those things because it's exciting to grow or have epiphanies. The moment you have an epiphany, Ava says, that ripples out into the collective consciousness for everyone to learn and grow from them. That's why empowering the self and being in integrity with the self and learning for the self and opening your own lotus flower is so important. And as always, if you wish to book a private intuitive session with myself and you and your guides and your loved ones, please check in the video description box below to schedule a reading. Or if you wish to join our divine feminine tribe of Channel Your Light, Own Your Intuitive, link is also in the video description box. Until next time, beautiful souls, I'm wishing you much love, light, peace, healing, truth, and transcendence.